Gervonta Davis was in here for a minute. I don't know if he's still in here. I know he
Tank,
has his big
Tank on here?
Yeah, Tank. Tank. Yeah, well, I don't know if he's still on here.
A kid came up to me when he was a kid. Wanted an autograph.
I saw Gervonta Davis was in here for a minute. I don't know if he's still in here. I know he has his big Tank on here. Yeah, Tank, I don't know. Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather finally encountered each other on a live session, and rather than continue their beef, they decided to squash it. The young kid came up to me when he was a kid, wanted to autograph. This happened after 2 long months of an intense back and forth between the pair. Yeah, Tank, yeah. Well, I don't know if he's still on. Gervonta Davis made a statement about Floyd Mayweather after his fight against Frank Martin, and boxing fans had taken it as his final stance regarding his beef with Floyd Mayweather. But shockingly, the most recent happening has proven otherwise. He might have bounced. I don't know. He might have bounced. He was only on for a second after Gervonta Davis knocked out Frank Martin in brutal fashion on Saturday, June 15th. And in an interview after the fight, the boxing superstar revealed that it was better to be an enemy of Floyd Mayweather than his friend. Really, how do you know that it's just word? I seen he was giving Frank tips and stuff like that, but I know for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool, it's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? It's better to beef with him than to be cool with him. Oh, really? Yeah. You know, Floyd Mayweather was the one who told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock. Von Davis. Well, Dan Davis wasn't just spreading rumors when he spoke here. Frank Martin had earlier confirmed how he was advised and motivated by Floyd Mayweather shortly before their fight. I couldn't do it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you? He could tell you, and asked about whether there was anything Martin had learned from Floyd Mayweather before the fight. Martin had this to say: he could tell you, man, go run at 2 in the morning, because 9 times out of 10 we know your opponent sleeps at that time. Said the Detroit, Michigan native. Go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it. When cuz not that Martin specifically needed to train in those hours, but rather, as he explained it, doing it would give him a mental edge over his opponent, as these are the little things that make a big difference in the end. Martin emphasized that it's nothing that he didn't know or was a big deal. But coming from someone like Floyd, who has been at the highest point in the sport, cuz 9 times 10, we know your opponent's sleep at that time, so go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge. You are going to take a lot of heave to it, and it's going to give you a different type of motivation when you do it, said Frank Martin. Surprisingly, the most recent encounter between Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather has led to an unexpected settlement. How if he's upset with me over me being good to him? And once more, Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather aren't beefing, but are cool with each other. This happened after the pair hopped on a live Instagram session, and rather than confront each other, decided to settle things out. This was their first encounter ever since their beef started in April. On the live Instagram session, Floyd Mayweather began by asking Tank if he did anything wrong to him, and further asked why Tank would think he was beefing him over me, helping him. He can be upset. Why would you say I was referring to you? Why would I help you only to end up beefing you? You're not the only fighter who wears all of these thus. So why do you think it's about you get around good people, Tank, and stop listening to lies every time? I still acknowledge you as one of the best boxers. I won't do that. If I hated you amidst other statements, Tank then asked why he released the full sparring video, which Mayweather replied, you already declared war. If you don't, I won't do all that. I mean, fair. I'm not mad at him. Though, right, he's entitled to be upset. They continued their back and forth before Tanker up saying, it's cool, man, and Mayweather proposed a possible meeting between the pair. You could meet me in Vegas. Let's talk. In most parts of their conversation, Floyd Mayweather had referred to an interview he had about a month ago, where he addressed the feud between him and Gervonta Davis, right? He's entitled to be upset. Floyd Mayweather was asked about Von Tank Davis if Dan's recent acts prove him ungrateful. He replied, my thing is I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take Tank to that next level, and I've always been there for him. Hant is ungrateful when it comes to you. Well, my thing is I've always been there for him from day one. You, over the years, I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. But over the years, he's constantly going on the internet to take a shot at Floyd, constantly being disrespectful, when all I've ever been was respectful. To try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all I ever did, and I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And he then referenced the famous video in which Gervonta Davis accused him of sending an attack. He denied Gervonta Davis's claims and explained his intention, saying a lot of times they like to compare certain fighters, and then I say certain things and they say, oh, he's hating. There's no difference from when I talked about the thing with Jabin. I need all fighters. I said, I need all the young fighters that's making money in the sport of box, and what I need you guys to do is do this. For instance, when I said that I need all the young fighters making money in the sport of boxing, and what I need you guys to do is do this, whether it's Cromart, Lewis, Mercedes, Gutsy, We need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live the same great life when our careers are over. So I guessed he took that, as he's the only one that wears Cromer, he's the only one that wears Louis Vuitton, he's the only one that wears Mercedes. Last time I checked, we've got fighters all over the world that wear top flight clothes that make good money. Even the fighters that don't make good money find a way to fly jets and fly whips Mercedes. We need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. Floyd was also asked about the top 5 fighters in the lightweight division, and he responded, as of right now, well, the 2 guys, the biggest puncher I feel at 135 will probably be Gervonta Davis, but the most skillful fighter would be hands down Shakur Stevenson. He want to fight the best that got out there. He's asking, can he fight the best? I believe his contract is coming to an end. Talking about Shakur Stevenson, Floyd Mayweather compared his skillfulness to Pernell Whitaker, who wasn't the heaviest puncher, but had the skill set to take on the best and get the better of them. I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that he needs and make the fights happen that he wants. So hopefully, we can come together and I can take him to that next level and give him the fights that he need, that he want, and make the fights happen that he wants. Sadly, when Von Davis had his own interview, he misinterpreted a lot of Floyd Mayweather's intentions and put out some very controversial claims. Speaking to Davis, Najee from Cigar Talk broached the feud with Mayweather, which prompted a profound response from the Baltimore native. Don't never he feel as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. A lot of people don't know what Floyd does. He was going at me and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd, said Davis, referring to Mayweather's initial comment that he thought was directed at him, when Najee pointed out that over the years, Davis and Floyd's dynamics seemed like a love-hate relationship. Davis completely denied it while claiming he had surpassed Floyd's legacy, and I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like FL was 29. I'm about at that point where I have passed him and I am doing it at a young age, said Tank. However, Davis wasn't done proving his point as he elaborated, revealing a new deal he had signed. According to several reports, Mayweather's deal with Showtime in 2013 was worth $200 million. That deal I'm talking about, he doesn't know about that yet. That's bigger than his deal, said the lightweight champion. However, Davis did not reveal the amount of the mega deal he signed with PBC. Juicy bro, yeah, that deal that I'm talking about, yeah. Oh, that's on the other hand, Floyd Mayweather bought his way out of Top Rank by paying them $750,000 to end the contract and went on to promote his own fights, raking in millions over the years. The whole beef was a sad twist to a relationship that started out as a mentor and protege relationship, as Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis saw their relationship experience this dangerous music turbulence. While it sparked diverse opinions in the world of boxing, it remained a very sad scene that a relationship that started out so beautifully was now an exact opposite of what it used to be. But really, how was it? It started during one of Floyd Mayweather's tours with Canelo Alvarez, when Mayweather encountered a young kid who approached him for an autograph. Tell them a GI. Mayweather graciously signed the kid's gloves and posed for a picture, as the young kid turned out to be Gervonta Davis. Mayweather noticed something special in him when Davis visited his gym a couple of times, and at that